there, this is Jennifer Vanderbeek, Imagine Artist in Residence, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how I created this distressed mixed media canvas featuring the Eiffel Tower, and I'm going to show you how you can make it even if you think you can't draw. I'm going to start by preparing my basic white stretched canvas, and I am going to apply pieces of torn pattern tissue, which is like sewing patterns that I've ripped up. I'm going to apply them with a layer of clear creative medium using a palette knife. Basic decoupage technique, and don't worry about if your edges are messy because you want to wrap those edges too. Once that's dry, I want to add a layer of all-purpose ink, and I poured a little bit out into a plastic cup so that my very wide brush could fit in there. If you have a thinner paintbrush, you don't have to do that. And now comes the fun part. This is where we're going to draw the Eiffel Tower with washi tape. It's a very simple shape when you get down to it. And what I discovered is that you can mask out your shapes with washi tape. I'm using a standard width and a medium width. I also have some super skinny washi for a couple of little details. And the great thing about washi tape is that it is so gentle on your surface that even our prepared surface, it's not going to damage it. So you can fiddle around with it. You can kind of change your placement, make it work for you. I put the Eiffel Tower on the say the 2/3 on the right, and now I'm going to go up the left side with the word Paris. And as you can see, I just kind of built my letters out of different widths of washi tape. For the curves, the trick is to use very small pieces of like your medium or thin washi to create that curve. So now that we have our word and our figure mashed off, we're going to start with dark brown shimmer from the Delicata line and a sponge dauber, and we're going to gently ink over the edges of all that washi tape. And then we're going to go in with the black shimmer and a smudgy to really add some depth to the edges. Once that's down, it's time to reveal our design. Now here comes the fun part. If you've ever done a connect the dot, basically, that's what you're going to do. This is very similar. So we are going to follow those lines that we've masked off. And I'm using a Fabrico marker because I wanted a really juicy marker. But I am just tracing those lines that we created with the washi tape. Then adding some details. The little cross hatches for the cross supports. And then I did the same thing for the letters. I just traced around, and they don't have to be super neat because our next step is going to distress them even further. As soon as you finish with the Fabrico marker, grab your clear creative medium and apply with the palette knife another layer. This is going to protect what you've done, and it's also going to smudge the Fabrico marker that is still kind of a little bit wet, and it's going to give it this amazing kind of grungy, distressed, almost like a chalk painting that's gotten wet. You remember the scene in Mary Poppins where Bert's sidewalk drawings have gotten wet and they all start to run? That's kind of what this reminds me of, and I really like that look. My next step was to take some Irresistible, and I just used the wand, just tap some of the Irresistible to create some texture. And then I went over it with Celestial Copper Delicata, again using the dauber or the smudgy, whichever you prefer, whichever suits your purposes best, until you get the depth of color and patina that you want for your finished canvas, and then you're done. This is a fun little thing, and using the masking tape to build your basic design takes a lot of pressure off of you to get things just right. It's gonna be a little primitive. It's gonna be a little bit messy, and I think it's in those moments that we really get to see what our creativity can do. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, for more tips and inspiration, please point your browsers to imaginecrafts.com.